My name's Melanie Biasetto and my topic of inquiry is how the cruise industry's waste impacts the environment. This project was chosen to raise awareness of the cruise industry's environmental impact and because of the increasing need to conserve and sustain the Earth's natural resources. With cruise ships carrying several thousand passengers, the amount of waste generated on board and on shore is extensive. The focus of this project is on the environmental impacts of the cruise industry's waste and potential pollution on its surrounding environments. The growth of this particular market has introduced a unique set of environmental pressures that need to be addressed and investigated, particularly those pertaining to waste management. This inquiry has required the use of diverse research techniques to collate information. A preliminary search using Google was used to identify available information and keywords. The main system used for finding resources was to search the refined list of keywords using Google Scholar and ProQuest alongside the Curtin University Student Library. Due to the industry's lack of regulation and rapid growth, cruise-specific evidence of environmental impact was challenging to find. So what kind of pollution or waste does the industry contribute? Researchers found that the average 3,000 passenger cruise ship produces varying levels of ballast water, noise pollution and air pollution. Every 24 hours of operation, 15 to 30,000 gallons of black water, 90 to 255,000 gallons of grey water and 8 metric tons of oily bile water are produced. Although the cruise ships make up less than 1% of merchant vessels, it is estimated that cruise ships are responsible for 25% of all waste generated by merchant vessels. So what effect do these waste streams have? Breeder and Zapata suggest the environmental cost of the industry is incalculable due to, in general terms, its unregulated activity. The 2008 CRS report gives detail of how each specific waste stream affects its local environment. In summary, the waste produced by cruise ships can cause bacterial and viral contamination, risk to public health, promote excessive algal growth, movement of non-native biological materials, entanglement from plastics, toxic air emissions, destruction of aquatic life, both flora and fauna. As the cruise line industry continues its rapid growth, its impacts grow accordingly. So is the cruise industry environmentally sustainable? Sustainable cruise tourism needs the enforcement of environmental protection across the world's oceans and between tourism destinations, in partnership with all cruise line operators. Many of the cruise industry's sustainable practices are voluntary guidelines and are not subject to criminal liability unless regulations or laws adopting the standards are specifically enforced at the state or federal level. It is vital that governments continue to cooperate in passing and upholding legislation and regulation. The public also have a responsibility to put the pressure on cruise lines and government to enforce and develop legislation that ensures real improvement is made towards environmental sustainability. Many of the negative effects on the environment directly associated with cruise ships can be overcome through cooperation and technological improvements, but all relative parties need to work together in order to address the issues. This inquiry will best suit Year 6 level and ties not only to the cross-curriculum priorities of sustainability, but will allow students to refine and explore a range of questions to understand the scope of the impacts on cruise ships' environment. Students would also develop skills in finding and referring to evidence and data, and will begin to observe how scientific knowledge is used to solve problems and inform personal and community decisions.